Hello guys! I am back on the trail. This time I'm going 100 kilometers here in Austria, in Tyrol. It is called the Lechweg and it starts right here at this lake, the Formarinsee, Formarin Lake. It goes to the village of Wengle at the border to Germany. You actually can go to Füssen in Germany, but I'm only doing 6 stages, not 7. So I'll be going from Lech, which is here, in Vorarlberg, to Wengle. And today I'm going from this lake back to the village of Lech. So while you're here, you could go around the lake. I think it takes me 1.5 hours. There's a hut over there where you can go in. But I'm going to skip this today because I still have to go back to Lech. And it's kind of late afternoonish, like 3 p.m. I came here by bus, by the way. It's kind of expensive, takes like 20 minutes. The elevation at the lake is almost 2,000 meters, and the village I will go down to is at like 1,400. So most of this first stage of the Lech trail is just gonna go down about 500 meters of elevation, which is good for the first day. This is the official start of the trail. I have a feeling I'm gonna encounter lots and lots of cows on this trail. So this is the sign you have to look out for, the L for Lechweg. This is how the trail looks like. You have to be a bit careful because you can hurt your ankles. So it's a lot of stones here. So it's called the Lechweg because it goes along the river of the Lech, all the way from where it starts in the Formarin Lake to the end in Füssen, Germany. And I'm wondering if this is this river. Should be it, because there is no other creek or river around. Later on it gets a bit bigger. So I heard a weird noise from up there, like as if a stone was rolling down, which can be a bit dangerous, of course. As you can see, there's a lot of stones down here, and I certainly don't want to get one on my head. So entering cow area again. Oh dear, I have to go through the killer cows again. And I always get so nervous with those cows. I'm not making eye contact, and you can definitely not bring your dog. So many cows roaming around everywhere here. Yeah, this is how the trail looks now. Going over the stones, and there's the creek down there. Okay, having a little 10-minute break. Whew, I've walked for like 1.5 hours. It is pretty tough going over all these rocks. But it's pretty nice and I can cool off in the river. I'm once again completely alone on this trail. I've met some people going up who are getting the bus back, I guess. But now there's nobody going down because it is pretty late. It's now 5:30. So the first stage of the Lech trail, the one I'm doing now, is considered to be the most beautiful. But I do hope the rest of the way is at least half as good, and that shall be fine with me. Something new, wild horses. Wow. Go through here, I'm going. Okay, I'm taking a round. There is also little horses, which they want to protect, of course. But I haven't heard of a horse killing hikers. Only the cows. So I've only just reached the half point. I've walked for like 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours. It's been 7 kilometers. And I'm pretty exhausted. Why is this so much harder than it appears to be? So only 93 kilometers more to go this week. If you don't want to do the whole trail, you can definitely take the bus at certain stops, like from the half point or over there. Look at this mini campsite here, and you get some wood, and it's like fenced in, and you can actually even camp here, but apparently wild camping is illegal. But it would be a nice spot anyway. Oh man, this is getting hard. Oh, people playing golf. Okay, so I have about 35 minutes to Lech. But before that I will wash my feet in the river. So the last few kilometers are on this pretty chilled path, easy to walk on, which is good. It's cows again. I have made it to Lech. Down there at the river is where I took the bus up to the lake. Almost there. Oh, made it! Good morning. This is day 2 of the Lech trail. I just left the center of the village of Lech and now starting the trail. It's today it's only like 11 kilometers, so it's pretty easy. Maybe I'll do a bit more, but it says it's gonna take 3.5 hours, so we'll see. So this is the trail for now. It's pretty straight up here on a little elevation from the village. So Lech, the village I just left behind me, is a pretty good place for hiking. There's a lot of trails there. Probably have to come back for them. And in winter it is probably even more popular for skiing. It's also a pretty bourgeois snowy place, so you see a lot of Porsches and Teslas from Germany mostly. There's a golf course, places selling Gucci and Moncler, so it is that. It's not really for me, but it's still a very beautiful place. It's an absolutely beautiful day today. As you can see, so sunny and warm. It's a day for shorts. Now here in the wooden section, I can actually see and hear the river Lech again, which I haven't earlier in the day, so that's nice. In case I manage, if the trail goes down to the river, I am definitely jumping in, because this place looks spectacular. Also my apartment is in this village up there, which means I have to climb the hill later on when I get down. First it's down and then it's up again. Oh my god, it is so steep. You can't see it, but it's horrible. Okay, this wooden trail actually is quite nice. Look at that. I'm up, I made it. Just have to go over there. Wire this way. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the trail from Lech to Warth. Section 2 is also pretty good. Great mountain views, as you can see. Nice having a bath in the river. So yeah, so far so good. Everything looking good. So I have just arrived in my apartment and it's really amazing. I could check in early. I have a kitchen, my own bathroom and a bed, and I can have a shower and then continue the trail to Lechleiten, which is over there in the distance. It's I think another 4 to 5 kilometers, and then I can just take the bus back here and take the bus tomorrow to the starting point. I think this is the most beautiful view I have ever seen. What a place! Oh, this is my trail over there. These mountains never end, like I turn a corner and there's another great mountain over there. So I think tomorrow we'll have some more scenic views. Can never get satiated with these views again. Look at these mountains forever. It's like picture perfect. I feel like I have a bit of a sunstroke slash elevation sickness. Whew. I'm glad I'm soon finished with today's hiking. Yeah, and get some food later on in my base camp apartment. So there's a bus station down there where I will take the bus back to Warth, and tomorrow I'm starting again from here. So I have to wait 40 minutes for the bus. If not, it would be just a half an hour walk via the road, but it would be uphill, so I'm waiting for the bus and checking out the panorama. Well, good morning. It's day 3 of the Lech trail, and I just walked up from the bus station where I was yesterday, and now I'm in the village of Lech, and as you can see, I have a whole new view of a whole new mountain range. Shall be a good and scenic day today. Let's go. They always have these lovely campsites here on the trail. So this is the wilderness we are descending into. Yeah, it's about 5 kilometers down and then about 8 kilometers pretty straight to Holzgau. That's where I'm probably gonna stay tonight. So yesterday I crossed the border from Vorarlberg into Tyrol, where I am now. It's a pretty wild trail today here in the forest. Yesterday I've read that they saw a bear somewhere here in Tyrol, but it's like 150 kilometers from here, so I'm not too worried about that. Bears are pretty rare, so it's not like they're roaming around everywhere. Not sure about the wolves though. Oh, it's a steep way down. Yeah, the weather is a bit sketchy. It's looking like rain, but I think it's not going to rain. At least that's what the forecast says. So fingers crossed. So the way down is on this kind of bit boring dirt track. First honesty box of the trail. It is chilled drinks in the water for €3. There's a little spring here, and apparently there's a tale where some, I don't know, 100, 200 years ago, a kid, he lost his arm because of a stone falling down. The kid lost the arm somewhere up on the mountain or something, and later on they found the arm here down in this spring. And this is why these villages here are called Upper Elbow and Back Elbow. My friends, the cows. Got a fridge. Beer. Yogurt. So these are the winners of the animal care, right? Like best animal care. So I think I'm gonna get some yogurt, although I just ate one 10 minutes ago. So I got this. Apparently the winners of some prizes. First prize. It's from the cows you just saw. I found so many wild strawberries. They taste like candy. I am in Steg. Man, these woods are always so scary. Wouldn't want to camp here. And it's also starting to rain just now. Just a little bit, a few drops. I hope not more. There it is, Holzgau. Tomorrow I have to go up on the other side again and go over there. So I'm here at the river. Holzgau is behind me and just made himself some dinner. And so I could use this. I've never used it before. It worked quite fine. And the sun is coming out. I am so lucky. Although sometimes there are a few drops of rain. But I believe the sun will win. Fire pit here. So I believe there's some people camping here as well. Sometimes. It's pretty early, maybe somebody's coming later. My very inconspicuous campsite. Waking up next to this river, to this gorgeous sunshine. It is a gorgeous day. This is my camp behind me. I woke up at night and the stars were out. It was beautiful. I couldn't sleep so well, and never can really. I'm going into town to the public toilets, and then hopefully I can find a cafe or something. Apparently this town is popular for its old Baroque painted houses, which you can see behind me. So I've just walked up from Holzgau, up the hill, and from Holzgau there are two different ways you can continue the Lech trail. One goes via the hanging bridge, which is a very tall and long hanging bridge, or you go via some waterfall. I would really like to do both, but I chose the hanging bridge. And to the bridge there are two ways you can go. I chose the shorter way, and it is stinking hot. It feels like 35 degrees, but it says it's like 22. Well, there it is. Oh my god. Okay, if you get dizzy, it might not be for you. It's very well secured, but it's 100 meters down and it's 200 meters long. Okay. Wow, I won. That's why everybody's walking so slowly. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is so fucking scary. 200 meters. Oh my god. Mind you, this bridge is shaking. Oh. Okay, that was quite exciting. But if you want to take the trail to the waterfall, I think it's also a good option. It looked pretty nice. So Crazy Me has decided to go and see the waterfall after all, because it's too good to miss. And I recommend you go from Holzgau to the waterfall, then you go up, and when you're up here you just take the short turn to the bridge from here. I think this is the better way. Yeah guys, don't miss the waterfall. This would be stupid. Also this trail looks really nice, so don't do it like I do. Do it the way I told you. That's why you're watching this video. See the hang bridge up there? Gee, and that's where I started out. I was back in the village and I found another trail back to the Lech trail, which means climbing this hill a second time today. but at least by a different path. Okay, so I am where I have been earlier this morning, and I'm continuing the Lech trail. The sun is scorching today. It was blazing at 8:30 in the morning already. It is crazy. Yesterday was so lucky with the clouds. Yeah, I'm in the woods now. And I think I'm going down to the river now, hopefully soon, because I really need a bath. So, getting there, and there's such a nice beach. I've just taken a dip in the river and had a little lunch break, and on I continue on the fourth path. It's up again, up and down, and later on I'm getting to the river again and into the village of Elbigenalp. So day 4 has also been pretty beautiful, but also a bit demanding. So first of all the heat, and second all these mini climbs. It's been enough. They built a little chapel up here. It's such a nice place. Look how big this river has become. Remember how tiny it was back at the lake on top of the mountain? And this is it now. That's an interesting hut. I don't know, I'm allowed to go in? Somebody fulfilled the desires for building a tree hut. That's the inside. Those mountains just never end. Hello guys, from my tent. I had so much trouble finding a campsite tonight. It always makes me a bit anxious. So I broke my camera, so the rest of this is going to be filmed on my phone. It was also a brand new camera. Yeah, it fell down on the stones here. Okay, so I just left my camp and now it's 6 kilometers to Heselger, where I will have a coffee and a stop, hopefully. Yeah. Didn't sleep, I slept so. I wake up, I get neck pain. So 100 meters from where I stayed last night. If I had gone 100 meters more, I would have found the perfect camping spot. Look at this. There's a little creek. And further up, even better, just 100 meters. So, if we go from Elbigenalp a bit further on, just a little bit, you will see, go as far as you find this place. I've just left Heselger, had a little coffee stop there, and now it's further on to Vorderhornbach, to the camping spot there, and that's about 10 kilometers, and for now it's meadows, waterfalls and forests here. Today is really hot. I don't know why. It's also pretty hot, and there's 650 meters of elevation gain today, which is like the most I've had, I think. And especially today, I don't know, my back feels so much heavier than yesterday, but there's nothing in it. I don't know. I don't know, today is a bit monotonous. It's like this forest road now. I don't know, maybe I just gotten too used to these mountains. They're no novelty anymore. But I'm gonna get them off these hills soon. We do have a lot of places of refreshment today. Well guys, I'm really struggling with the uphill today. It's just so hot and there's so much of it. Okay, I'll have one more little uphill and then it's all down to the camping site. And then probably I will go the 3 kilometers to Stanzach. So I don't have to do it tomorrow, and just take the bus back and yeah. But I really wanna jump into this river. Quite the trail. Shadow and going down, yes. There it is, there's my camping spot down there, and further on I have to go 3 kilometers to Stanzach, but without my backpack. So I've offloaded my stuff at the campsite in Vorderhornbach, and I'm just going this 3 kilometers to Stanzach this evening. It's like 6, and then I can take the bus back, or I walk back because it's not that far. There I am in Stanzach. That was pretty quick, 40 minutes. I've just walked back from Stanzach because I didn't want to wait for the bus. It would have been 1 hour. So the total kilometers today are 26. Hello, good morning. This is day 6 of the Lech trail. My last stage. Today I'm going from Stanzach to, technically I'm not going to Wengler, although that's the route, but I'm going to Reutte because there is a train station. It's pretty much opposite of the other little town, and this is going to be like 22 kilometers. Yeah, but I think it's mostly straight aheadish. Actually there are 400 meters elevation as usual, so let's go. So it's a long stretch of this kind of road now. Look how wild it is over there. And I think there's even a trail going up there. So about 5 kilometers in, you get to this hanging bridge crossing the river. So the trail now literally goes right here at the riverbank. Amazing. So there's a little lake on the trail. You can go swimming here. I've left the wild river, the riverscape behind me, and now it's back to cow pastures and this. So this village, Weißenbach, is the half point today. Maybe I'll get an ice cream. So after the village, you go up here and you go here in the blazing heat. I don't know why, because there's actually a trail near the river, so I should have done that, because this is 4 kilometers in this area. So this is stretching on forever and it is so hot. The river is right next to me, but I can't go in because it's too steep. I'm looking for a spot now and found a spot. Okay guys, this is my last kilometer. Soon I will reach the parting point where people would go to Wengle, but I'm going to Reutte train station. Yeah, let's go. Okay guys, this was it. This was the trail over there. You're going to Wengle? Probably going on the right side to Reutte, or I could go on the left. Left, right, I don't know. Tell me if you're gonna do this trail. If you have any questions, ask, like, comment. Yeah, otherwise, goodbye.